Today on CWN, we have information on Sea City.
And Mrs. Johns was throwing snowballs. I'm Maddie.
And I'm William. And today is Friday, February 16th, 2024.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag.
The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas Pledge. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
We spoke to Jude Harms and Maddie Gens about the Sea City and what the program is all about.
I'm here with Jude Harms. So, Jude, can you tell me a little bit about Sea City?
Yeah, so Sea City this year is going to be held the first week of June, June 2nd through June 6th, and the cost for the camp if you sign up by April 1st will be $200.
And can you tell me why people should volunteer?
Yeah, so Sea City is really about giving back to people that are in need in our community, people that have less than us. So we usually go into neighborhoods that, tend to have less money and, their roofs are in disrepair, their houses are in disrepair. And, we just try to do stuff for them so that we can help them out and give back to the people that need it more than we do.
Hi Cats, I'm Em and I'm here with Maddie. So Maddie, I heard you're a part of the Sea City. Can you tell me what the goals of the camp are?
Yeah, so I've been a part of Sea City for about 4 years, and our main goal is just to be a community outreach. We go and we rebuild roofs, we paint houses, we kind of tidy up people's yards, people who don't really, either they can't afford to get their roof done, paint their house, or people that are unable to do so themselves. Maybe they're in some sort of critical condition, something like that.
That's great. And can you tell me what leadership opportunities there are?
Yeah, so this year as a senior in high school going into college, I'm a dean. So basically I do the behind the scenes work. Me and the leadership board of Sea City, we go out and we find people who are going to qualify to get their roofs done, get their houses painted, and then, we also kind of do the fun parts of the camp. We go and interact with campers, we come up with different worship lessons, we do fun, we find the fun stuff that we're going to do and all that. So,
well, that's really cool. Thank you, and back to the studio.
William, that's a very rewarding experience. I know you were a part of that.
Yeah, I was. I thought it was a lot of fun. We get to go up, we get to help people with the roofs, paint houses. There was a day that we drove around to all the other work sites and threw water balloons at each other. It was really fun.
It sounds
I think you
fun.
should do it. Mm-hmm. Coach Luna's child development classes have been carrying their babies around the school in order to learn hands-on. Kenzie spoke to Abby for more information.
Hey Cats, we're here with Abby from Child Development. So I've been seeing a lot of people carrying around these babies. Can you tell me what the purpose of that is?
Yeah, so we have been learning about our babies from conception and now till birth. So we actually have our babies and we are taking care of them like they are real. Like we have to have a babysitter whenever we leave our classrooms and change them and stuff like that. And this is teaching us the intellectual development and what it would be like if we were an actual mom.
That's really cool. Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Roxy caught up with our lead librarian, Mrs. Lyons, about the exciting news of the reopening of the elementary libraries. They have undergone a complete renovation.
Hi, I'm Roxy. I'm here with Miss Lyons. Miss Lyons, I heard there's renovations going on at East Elementary. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, so the libraries received a grant through the ESC, and they have been renovating their library the entire school year this year. So their library's been closed, it's been gutted and totally remodeled.
That's awesome, and they're going to be opening up today.
We will have more coverage next week.
Mrs. Johns is having a little fun this winter in her AP classes. They get to experience throwing snowballs. Let's send it over to Lakin, who got to speak with Miss Johns about this lab.
Hey Wildcats, I'm here with Miss Johns, and I hear that you had a lab involving snowballs. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, we use paper balls as snowballs, but in my AP chemistry class, we're starting today our unit on, it's called equilibrium. And so normally, I think when we learn about chemistry, we think about when you have a reactant, 2 reactants or 3 reactants, how many, they make products, and that's it. But actually, the reaction finds a balance between the two. Sometimes they go backwards. And so to kind of introduce that concept, we did different scenarios where we had equal numbers on both sides, fewer kids on one side than the other, and we just threw paper wads back and forth and timed it each time, and we're going to create a graph, and so they can see even that creates an equilibrium. At some point, they get balanced out, and they're equal. The reactants and the products become equal. I'm hoping that it helps them to understand the math that we're going to be doing later, and so because chemistry is sometimes hard because it's really tiny, and these were big snowballs that they could actually throw at each other. Hopefully, they learned something today. That's the idea.
Thank you, and back to the studio.
Mrs. Bortz went over dimensional analysis with her students yesterday. Let's see how that lab went.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm Lawrence, and I'm Ms. Bortz. Ms. Bortz, I heard you're doing a lab in chemistry today. Can you tell me more about that?
Absolutely. We are doing what's called the movement lab, and we are taking their knowledge of dimensional analysis and applying it, and unit conversion, and applying it to real-world applications. And we're seeing how many, they're going to do a standing long jump and see how many jumps it would take them to get to the bathroom. And then they walk a distance of 50 feet and convert that to see how many days it would take them to get to Walt Disney World. And lastly, they will mass and chew a Tootsie Roll and see if they had a baby of 22.5 pounds made of Tootsie Rolls, how long would it take them to eat that baby?
Thank you, Ms. Bortz. Sounds like fun. Back to the studio.
To continue with our Black History Month celebration, we have a short segment on Booker T. Washington.
Hey Kat, so continuing with our Black History Month coverage, today's person of interest is Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington was an activist that believed that African Americans should get educated to earn their respect through the Civil Rights Movement. That's all from me, now back to the Acres.
It's time for Studio 361. Let's find out what's happening in our local area.
Hey guys, welcome back to Studio 361, your weekend activity plug.
Starting the weekend, we have the Cro-Mags, a hardcore punk band playing at the House of Rock at 8:30 p.m. Tickets will range from $24 to $30.
Prices don't seem too bad. I may have to go check it out. Today through Sunday, we have an anime convention at the American Bank Center. Tickets on Friday will be $35, Saturday tickets are $45, and on Sunday will be $40. Or you can get a 3-day pass for $60, which sounds much better.
Very interesting. We have yet another event at the American Bank Center with the Texas A&M Islanders men's basketball against the Texas A&M Lions on Saturday starting at 12 p.m.
We have the Muscatine Bloodliners playing at the Brewster Street Ice House starting at 8 p.m. for $30 at the door and $25 in advance.
The Peddler Show is also happening for the entire weekend. Tickets cost $10 while kids under 12 for free at the Richard Borchard Regional Fairgrounds.
That's all from us.
Now back to the studio.
What's playing in Movies Inc.? Well, if you want to know, we have it. Here's this week's edition of the movie playlist.
Hey Cats, Movies Inc. is showing a new selection of movies including the following: Madam Web, The Chosen, The Beekeeper, and Bob Marley One Love. Bob Marley One Love celebrates the life and music of an icon who inspired generations through his message of love and unity. On the big screen for the first time, discover Bob's powerful story of overcoming adversity and the journey behind his revolutionary music. Check out these movies this weekend at Movies Inc. Now back to the anchors.
It is almost that time. Cheer Tryouts will be taking place after spring break, so be on the lookout for tryout information, including the required parent meeting. Also, make sure you have a current physical on file if you plan to try out.
Sakura caught up with Mrs. C for more information on our very own attendance raffle. Let's send it to her for more.
Hey Cats, I'm here with Miss C. So I heard you're doing an attendance incentive raffle. Can you tell me more about that?
Just a reminder to make sure you're coming to school every day so your name can be put in our attendance incentive raffle. This 9 weeks, we're giving away 4 mini fridges. Thanks.
Well, that seems like fun. Make sure you show up to school. That's all from us. Now back to you.
Now let's send it to Callie with Wildcat Media.
Thank you, anchors, and welcome back to Wildcat Media. Today is National School Resource Officer Appreciation Day. So when you see our lovely officers in the hallways, put a smile on their face and tell them thank you for everything they do here at Calallen. Now that's all from me. Back to the anchors.
Thank you, Callie.
Now let's send it to Lexi with the rundown on sports after this quick break.
Why are you late? Lunch D Hall. Be there.
Get to class on time to avoid serious consequences.
Thank you, William, and good morning, Wildcats. Baseball is just about to start some live games. We caught up with a soon-to-be rising star for the Wildcats. This pitcher packs a punch. Let's find out who it is.
Good morning, Calallen TV. I'm here with Drayden Mitchell, a varsity pitcher. So, Drayden, what are your expectations going into this baseball season?
My expectations are pretty high. I'm expecting to win state. I think we all are, but we still have a long ways to go and a lot of practicing to do.
And I know that the team is pretty young this year. What do you think about that?
Yes, we have a lot of key players that are young, but we still have a few seniors, but we're still going to be good for the next few years.
Thank you. That's all from us and back to the studios.
RJ spoke to Coach Robertson about the meet tomorrow for the girls and why this meet is so important to our lifters.
I'm here with Coach Robertson, varsity powerlifting coach. So, when is y'all next meet?
Well, we have one this Saturday. We'll be up at the school at 5:45 a.m. and we're heading to Mathis.
Okay. So, what have y'all been doing in practice to prepare for this next meet?
Truthfully, I've been making all the girls really pick up the weight because we have tons of girls that are really close to qualifying for regionals. So for the girls, it's the top 14 in our region, but our region is actually the hardest in the state. So for our girls, their totals have to really be large to be able to qualify. So this is the last meet that they can actually do that at. So at Mathis, if they don't perform, then they won't go to regionals. So, and then after that, hopefully at regionals, we'll hit state totals and take some people to state.
Okay. Well, good luck. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
The Calallen Softball Classic has been moved to GP in front of the pending rain that is expected. They played their first tournament game yesterday. Here's Coach Lynch with the rundown.
Wildcats and Coach Lynch, y'all played Port Lavaca in round one of y'all's tournament. Tell me how'd that go?
Went really well. We got the win. Bianca Gonzalez got the win for us, and she threw a shutout, and the score was 10-0, so the girls played really well. They had great defense and hit the ball and busted out open our first game of the year, tournament-wise, and did a great job.
What were your expectations going in? How'd you prepare for the game?
Just trying to have the mindset that yesterday was going to be a long day. We had 3 games total, and we were going to be out there from 9 to 7, and the girls did a great job. And we played number 6 ranked Bullard later that afternoon and beat them 6-0. Had back-to-back home runs by Brooklyn Alana and Aldrina Alvarez, and was just a fun game to see how the girls could compete and handle that pressure of playing a tough team like Bullard.
Who are y'all going to be playing next?
We will be playing, hopefully, Harlingen South tomorrow morning. Hopefully the rain stays away and we can be able to get them in. They have some really good talent on their team. I have a girl committed to Washington. She's very good, throws very hard, and so we're excited for the opportunity to try to play them.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you for the interview. And with that, back to the studio.
And Kerrigan, you were at the tournament yesterday. How did that go?
It went very good. We shut them out, so.
That's really good, and hopefully the rain is in favor, or the weather is in y'all's favor tomorrow, so y'all can go to GP and play.
Thank you.
And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Back to you, William.
Thank you, Lexi.
Now it's time for your weather report with Candace right after this quick break.
Thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. Today's weather is brought to you by Faith Taker Robinson's Families. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's had a great week. Looking forward to a beautiful day today. But on the way to school this morning, hope everyone had a great commute to school, especially with the bunches of rain and also dark skies you've already been looking at. With that weather, we already looked at early this morning, looking at that same weather copy and pasting for the rest of the day. But before we go into the forecast for currently right now, if some of y'all missed the show yesterday, we did announce the prom theme to be a night of royalty. So you have no idea what you're doing for prom night, or you don't have anything planned for that already, you still have some time to do so. Looking further on into our forecast currently right now, we started looking at those temperatures starting off in the 60s and exactly 66. Still looking at those dark skies with bunches of rain, 50% chance of rain, and the winds blowing from the northeast at 8 miles per hour. Looking currently at our radar, we're staying looking at that bunches of rain here in our area, especially going into our area, specifically Sinton, Rockport, Alice, and also Kingsville. With this little break right here, it's going to give us a little break in the evening time, but then we're looking at that rain still coming into tomorrow morning. So make sure to bring out those rain boots and also umbrellas still for a little bit longer. Looking further on into the rest of the day, temperatures aren't moving that much. Just looking at a high of 64 at 2 and also 6. 56, and then dropping down into the 60s at 62 later on tonight. Percent chance of rain being at a high of 90% at 2, and then dropping down to 20% giving out that break later on tonight. And then we're looking at those winds not moving too much, just at a high of 99 miles per hour from the northeast at 2 p.m. Some of y'all might be asking how much rain are we receiving today. We're looking at a possible 1.5 inches in our area, eastern areas, and also western areas. So make sure to keep aware of those puddles outside, especially whenever you're walking and also driving out there today. Looking further on into this weekend, we are looking at that rain early into tomorrow, and then into Sunday, we're looking at some sunny skies, and also Monday, we're looking at those temperatures also seeing in the 50s, and then slowly rising up into the 70s on Monday. Looking at some high winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour tomorrow, and then just going out to 10 to 15 miles on Sunday and also Monday. With that countdown, we have exactly 15 days until spring break. That's all from Mother. Have a great one, and back to the anchors.
Thank you, Candace.
Yes, of course.
And that's all your announcements for today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So guys, where do fruits go on vacation?
Anna William, where?
Paris.
For all you social people out there, make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all the latest updates. Also, subscribe to us here on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos. And as always, stay classy, Calallen.